Hello, my name is Esther Hopanja. I'm going to be taking you through Advanced Excel in your virtual classes. This is your first class and you're going to cover Introduction to Excel. Yes, in this class you're going to cover Excel basics, editing a worksheet, formatting worksheets, formatting cells, and then working with formula. Now, when we start with Excel basics, we have to understand what Excel is. Excel is a spreadsheet program, and a spreadsheet is used to carry out, it's a program that is used to carry out everything from simple addition to complex financial and statistical analysis. Now, spreadsheet programs can also help you create charts and graphs based on the data you've entered. A spreadsheet is a computer program or a document produced by such a program that we can use for arithmetic computations. Now, a spreadsheet offers major advantages over the use of hand calculator, just as a word processing program offers many advantages over typewriting. Among the advantages of a spreadsheet over a hand calculator is one, a spreadsheet produces a document that can be read, printed, and stored and retrieved. Two, a spreadsheet have its calculations done in a fashion by which they may be redone automatically if any of the other data values upon which they depend on are changed. Then the numbers that appear on a spreadsheet are easily used as the foundation of charts or graphs that may be used to illustrate the relationship among these numbers. We can build bar charts, pie charts, line charts, etc. Now, introduction to Excel. Now, Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet tool capable of performing calculations, analyzing data, and integrating information from different programs. By default, documents saved on Excel 2010 can be saved in the .xlsx extension, whereas the file extension of prior Excel versions like 207 are .xls. Now, getting started with Excel, in order for you to open the Excel program, you have to go to the Start button, then click on Programs. That is, if you're using Windows 7, if you're and if you're using Windows 7 or even Windows 10, you just click on the Start button. But when it comes to step 2, Windows 10 just gives you this icon over here, so you just click it. Now, if you're using 26 Office 2016, 2013, 2010, chances are when you come to M, you are going to say Microsoft Office Tools and you're going to find Excel right there. But since I'm using Microsoft Office 2019, my Excel is right here. It's already pre-installed as its own independent software. You just click on the program and then just double click on it. Alternatively, you can search Excel using the Start button and just type Excel. And the app will be opened. Yes. Now, what I would advise you to do is, maybe because I'm going to share the slides before the class, you use your slides on your phone and then you can actually practice everything that's on the slides on your laptop or computer. Now, the next thing you're going to do is create a blank workbook. So you just say, welcome. These are blank workbook, so just create your blank workbook. And by default, the first workbook is named book 1. Now, if you're using 207, 2010, 2013, 2016, either 207 is the oldest, which means it may not have some functions, but can do all the basic functions. And then 2019 is the latest. So in case of any issues, then the slides I've given are using the slides I'm using have used Windows 7 and they're using Office 2010. but I'm going to actually demonstrate using Office 2016. Now, the Explore window, this is the Explore window, and this is what we are going to cover for this class. The first thing here is the file. If you click on the file, you're going to get this interface where you can create a blank workbook. You can create a new blank workbook. If you click on new, you can see a new blank workbook. Yes, you can take a tour, you can open a drop down. So this is the interface you're going to get in Office 2019. If you want to open an existing workbook, you just click on open, and if you know where the and if you want to actually browse a workbook, you can actually just say the space, say where you can see documents, search where do you want the document you want to open is. For example, if I want to open a document, or you can come here and browse, you can just say desktop, and I want to open, for example, this one. There's file called marks.xl sx. As you can see, as I talked before, the extension of every file by default in Excel is .xlsx, and then when you click open, it will open that file. Yes. Now this is the yes before we do the home. Now this is called a ribbon, and a ribbon displays the formulas, the functions, the predefined instructions that are on this. Yeah. So the first thing you're going to cover is this is now the sheet itself. This is the workspace. This is the cell referencing in box where you can actually, if you click at any cell, it gives you the address. This is F8, this is I10, it will always display it over here. Now this is a function, or this one basically just decides whether you are going to, whether it's a function, whether it's a number. Yes, and this is where you actually type in your data if at all you want to edit a cell. For example, if I say home, everything I'm typing here comes there. So if you want to edit this cell, if you click on home and you start writing place, it will overwrite the first thing you'd written. But if you just want to edit that cell, you click on that cell and then you come here and just add what you wanted to add over here. So the home part, there are several options. There's several things on this layout. The first part here, it contains the paste, copy, cut options. So for example, if I have a spreadsheet with this table name, age, location, then salary, let's use a department, let's just say occupation, profession, title, and then salary. You have a name, let's just say aunt. Let's say that aunt is aged 34, and the title is title, and then we say, for example, that's the receptionist, and we can say the salary is probably 30,000. if you want to copy paste anything on this part, okay, let's just finish. B is like 24, and B is the casual worker, and makes around 20,000. Then you've got cut is a boss, and you've got is around, yeah, let's just say 30, and let's just say boss makes around 70k. Then dog is like 25, and let's just say the title security makes around 25. If you take all this data, you notice that now this has been activated. You can actually see what all these formulas are. So let's start with this part. If you want to copy and paste, you simply click on the first cell, then drag. You drag up to the selection you want, and then you can say copy. Now, if you want to create a new sheet, you simply come and click on this button, new sheet, then it creates a new sheet automatically for you, sheet 2, and then you can just come here and click paste. There are different paste options. There is the paste, there is a function paste, there is paste formulas and number formatting. You can keep source formatting, you can paste no borders, keep source column width, transpose. Now transpose means, if I say transpose, it means that the table gets inverted. Now the names aunt, bay, cat, dog, and then you've got the age, title, and salary. Yes, since we haven't used any formula right now, there is no way we can actually say paste formulas. It won't paste anything. So right now we're just going to paste. Then you can also cut. Cut means you it means that all that information is going to be actually moved. You see, when you say copy, it created a duplicate of these values to sheet 2. When you say cut, it moves the end all those cells to another location. That's cut. Now here you're going to deal with the fonts. This deals with the fonts. You can change your font from Calibri to any way you want. For example, 2 times New Roman. Algerian. You see the font changes. You can change the text size. Basically, it's simply just the way you use Word document. You can add, you can increase font, you can decrease font, you can make it bold, you can make it italics, you can make it underlined, and here you do borders. You can add outside the borders. Yes, you can say you want no borders. You can say you want all borders. Yeah, that's how you actually select your borders. The next thing, this is fill color. Fill color makes your background of that cell be of a certain color. Yes, so if you want it to be yellow, green, either color you want, you simply use that. Then if you want to change your text color, you come select this icon over here, and then you can select probably white. Yeah, then this one, it is where you want your text to be placed. Now if we reduce this to like 9, and then let's just check it to calibrate. You're going to see that the text is actually moving. Let me increase the width, and change this back to white, and then we can change the text back to black. Yes, and we can include the old borders so that you can actually see what I mean. Now, if you want to change your text, right now the text is centered. Now, if I want to change it to probably top, it goes at the top. This one means it's centered. This one means it's bottom. It's at the bottom. Then this one means direction. If you want to change the angle to counterclockwise, everything changes. Angle to clockwise, vertical text, rotation. That's how you actually do all that. And if you want to undo, you just click that. Now, this one is on alignment. This is left alignment, center alignment, then right alignment. Now, by default, you can see as by default here, anything that is in text form, it's left aligned, and any value that's a numerical value, it's normally right aligned by default. So if you want to know whether your numbers can actually be, if I add a simple comma and space, manually it becomes text, and this is no longer value, it's now considered text by Excel. So be careful. Now, if you want to, for example, you've got and then you've got man, and this cell is a bit small and you want the text to fit, there are two ways in which you can go about it. You can simply highlight the cell and say wrap text. By default, the word man goes. It kind of increases the size of the cell to fit the contents. Yes. Now, merge and center. Merge and center means to combine two or more cells. So, for example, I want to say staff full list. Now, and I want it to go from cell A to D. So I'll just say merge and center. It merges the cells and then centers the content. So you can merge across, merge cells, or unmerge cells. Now, when it comes to format of the cell, okay, when it comes to formats of cells, this one is general, and you've got different ones. You've got the general, you've got the number, you've got the currency, you've got accounting, you've got the short date, the long date, the time, the percentage, the fraction. So, for example, I want age is a number, so that's okay. Receptionist salary. Now I want to change this to currency. I simply come here and say number format currency. If I want to add, for example, a date of birth, day or B, and then I just write dates. They might not be that accurate. I'm just doing this for the purpose of illustration. this is, you want to change this column to date format, you simply come in and say short date, long date. Short date is that. Now long date is that. Automatically it changes. Yeah, if you want to change this column on salary, if you want to increase decimal places, you simply click on this, increase decimal. If you want to decrease, you decrease decimal. Then if you want, for example, I have, let's just say taxes, and you've got values like now. If I want to use the thousand separator, that is, if you want to actually make sure that your digits are divided into thousands, you just click on this, yeah, and it will separate your thousands. So instead of typing 20 comma 000, which won't be considered as a number, you can just use this. Now if I want something to be converted into, for example, into percentage format, like 0.9, then 0.5, okay, 0.05, 0.8, 0.25. If I want all those to be converted into percentage, I'm going to come in, just click on this. It automatically multiplies. It automatically multiplies by 100 and then puts a percentage cell over there. Now this one, it deals with changing currency. So this column, you want it to change from a certain currency, from probably to English euro. Yes, you've got more accounting formats, and there's several, whichever one you want. The symbol is always if you want Russian, if you want Chinese, English, Australian, all those ones are right over here. But this is the formatting cells window where you can actually format any number to however you want: decimal, negative numbers, yeah, currency, accounting, yes, date, time, percentage, fractions, scientific, text, special, custom, either way you want. Now conditional formatting is a really nice tool where, for example, you can highlight. If you select these cells and you say conditional formatting, you can highlight cells that are everybody that is greater than 29, which means every age that is greater than 29 is going to be highlighted. That simple. If you want to format table, you can simply, if you want to get bottom rows, top 10 items, bottom 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10%, above average, below average, got color scales, all that. Now formatting a table, it's when you select a table, then you just select the table, that is the array you want, and then you just click on this and you got however you want the style to be. Now this one means that my table has headers. It considers the first column as headers. So you just click OK. And then it gives you the table design. You've got the filter button. You've got the first column, last column, header row, banded rows, You can also come here and remove duplicates, convert to range, and you're going to deal with all that later in a later class. The next thing is insert. There's three icons right there. Now if I want to insert a cell between E and F, I'll simply highlight F and press and click on insert. If I want to delete, I'll just click delete. Now there are also options. If you click here, you can insert. Yes, if I want to insert, remember this is a column. Now if I want to insert a row, I'll simply click on the row that I want cells above or below, and I can just click insert at the same time. Delete. Now if I want all my content to fit, I'm going to come here and say format. Now row height, you can say out of fit row height, which is already done. Then you can say out of fit column width. Out of each column width, make sure that, for example, age has been reduced tremendously because the values the width of each cell kind of, the values of each cell are a bit short, a bit small as compared to DOB, which has increased, and even on salary. So if I come here and then change salary with thousand comparator, and then currency, I use that one, it's going to increase to accommodate all that. Yes, but if you want to set your own column width, you can simply click here and then change the column width, for example that column to 11 inches. It's going to increase. Yeah, then you've got, these are the functions. So if I want to auto sum the functions, for example I want the total, I'm just going to come here and select all this and then click auto sum, and then format, of course, to out of it column width to see how much the total. And there are various functions all the way. Then yeah, there are various functions. You can even get the average, you can get the maximum, whoever is getting paid more, and you're going to deal with cell referencing so that I can show you why it brought 145 and not the average of all this. You can fill down, which means it copies everything that is on the top row, which means, and then you can undo anything you've done using this icon over here. Yes, this is where you click if you want to undo anything you've done. If you want to clear content, you can clear formats, you can clear contents, and because I need all that, I'm going to undo that. You can clear comments, hyperlinks, anything you want. Then you've got custom, you've got filter. If I want to filter, filter enables me to, you just click on filter and these buttons appear right here. Now I'm going to unmerge all these cells. No, let me use this sheet. Now if I want to filter, I'm going to come and click on filter. Yes, and this bottom arrow appears everywhere. Now if I click on it, it's going to show me, because these are number filters, equals to, does not, equal to, greater than or equal to, less than, equal to, less than or equal to, so top 10, average, above average, custom filter. So if I want greater than, everybody is making above 26,000. When I click OK, it's going just to display everybody is making above 26,000. Yes, if I want to filter by text, text filters include, does not, equal to, begins with, ends with, contains. For example, if I want anything that contains an A, dog is out and B is out. That's text filters. Then of course there is sorting. Sorting, for example, in this example, if I want to sort from A to Z, I simply highlight that and that's it. Sort A to Z, but it's already sorted on the first column. If I click there, it sorts it in the first column. But if I want to custom sort it and I don't want to use name, I want to use, for example, salary, I'm just going to click on salary, then cell values, then smallest to largest, and automatically B is the first one. Then find and select, it gives you find, you get options for find, replace, go to special, formulas, comments, and all this. So if I want to find, for example, pay, find all, I'm going to have book 1, sheet 2, you've got at A3, cell A3 as pay. If I want to find something else like 20,000, you can search anything you want, find all, and you're going to see the 20,000 over here. Yes, close. Now next you're going to go to the insert part. The insert parts. Now insert has pivot table, which you're going to cover later. Recommended pivot tables. We've got a table, we've got illustrations, we've got get add-ins, my add-ins, all these you're going to cover all of them later. You've got your charts. For example, I want to, which you're going to cover about them later. Pivot chart, 3D map, yeah, insert link, text, symbols, all those you're going to cover them later. Page layout, it's whereby you set, for example, your print area. Okay, you set your margins. Right now my margins are those. If I want to customize my margins, I'll just come here and say custom margins, and I want probably top 1 inch, then left 1 inch. So if you want to adjust your margins, your left margin, your right margin, your bottom margin, you cannot even write it manually. You just click on this and write 0.0 if you want, then 0.0. This is where you actually set your layout, how you want it to be printed. Then you've got a page setup is also here. You want it to be landscape. Yes, adjust 100%. Says it, you can even say fit to one page, fit to 2 pages, pages wide by, you can just say want all, because there's landscape with portrait, you've got a different issue. Then you've got letter tabloid, the paper size you want. If you want letter is good. Then of course you can say print preview, and you can see how, if you print it, how it's going to look like. Yes, Breaks, background is when you want to actually add a color behind your picture. For example, if I want to add a logo, I'll just say and automatically it appears on the background of each and everything I'm going to write. Yes. Then you've got, you can delete background, you can print styles if you want, you can set the width, the height. Okay, let me just go back to the background. You can bring forward, bring backwards. That one is for in case you insert a shape or something like that, a line. Now, yeah, now when you go to the formulas, you can insert a function, you can auto sum. Recently used these are financial functions, logical function, text, date, time, lookup and reference, mathematical trigonometry, more functions. Then of course you can trace dependencies, precedence, name manager, then create from selection. You can watch window. Now if you want to show formulas instead of actual data, there is nothing. For example, where you have calculated the sum, you can simply say select all and then you can just say show formulas. So instead of actually showing you the sum, it will give you sum, average, maximum. Then you get to data. Data gives you get data you can import from a file, from a database, from Azure. Basically these are the sources of all the documents you can get. Yes. Queries and connections. Here you also see custom, you can sort and filter over here. Yeah, even advanced sort and filter. These way you actually see manage data model. You can get text to columns, you can group, you can do what if analysis and group subtotal. Then of course you attribute, you can see spelling and grammar. Okay, you can see thesaurus. You know thesaurus is for when you actually want, for example, the word ant. I want to see other names for ant. I'm just going to write ant. Not really much. Then workbook statistics, check accessibility, smart lookup. You can translate from China to English. You can add a comment. You can show comments. You can protect your worksheet, protect workbook, allow edit ranges, hide ink, all that. In view, you get this is the normal view. This is the page break view where they actually show this page 1, this is going to be page 2, this is going to be page 3. You got page layouts. Yes, if I go to sheet 1 and click on page layout, everything is going to be in one page. Then you've got custom views. Custom views, you can add or close. This one is not that important. Then you've got at view. If you remove the rollers, they disappear. So these are the rollers. If you remove the grid lines, you won't be able to see where one cell ends and the other one opens. Formula bar, this is a formula bar. Headings, yeah, so you don't see the cell referencing. Now this way you zoom, you can zoom to 100, selection zoom. Okay, if I want to zoom just this part, I'm just going to say selection zoom. Yes. Now if I want, okay, if I want to zoom in and zoom out, this is also where to do it. Zoom in or zoom out, zoom in. Yeah, Now, and while you're here, we can actually see all the different things you actually see on a Windows Excel interface, basic interface. This is the zoom part. This is the what kind of view you want: page break view, normal view, page layout. Yes, so this page 1 of 1. In sheet 2, because we are in sheet 3, it's 1 of 3 because of when this cell width increased. Then you've got your scroll bar. You can scroll all the way to the last cell if you want to of your data. Then you can obviously split, hide, arrange all new window. Going to open a new window, you can just create one here, and by default a new window will be created here. 1.2, 1.1. Yes. The next thing is on the help section. You can text Microsoft in case of anything. You can contact support, you can show feedback, you can show training, community, you can Excel blog. Then Acrobat is a plugin whereby I use Adobe Acrobat for PDF. So create PDF preferences, it's there for my Excel because I've actually added it as a plugin. Pivot point is whereby you manage your data models. We are going to cover it later. Now, from Microsoft, from Office 2016, it gives you an option to share. Actually, from 2013, gives you an option to share. If I want to share this document, I can simply click here, share. I can save it to cloud, and it's going to save it at OneDrive personal. Yes. Now, that's it about this lesson today. Today was just basically introducing you what is Excel, some functions and formulas. So from tomorrow, we are going to cover how to actually implement those functions and formula. Anything I've actually, for everything I've just taught you, I've just explained about the Explore window. It's everything that I'll send to you and I'll share to you as notes. All the contents we've covered: basic Excel, editing a worksheet, formatting cells, formatting worksheets, and then working with formulas. Now, working with formulas, we're going to explore it in our next class. Thank you so much for listening, and have a lovely time. And I hope you have actually understood. In case you have any questions, I'm going to give you my contact so that you can actually contact me. Thank you. My name is Esther. I'm from Dinaco Enterprises and I'm a data analyst. Yeah.